Hey guys, welcome to chapter 3, and today we're talking about tips for creating engaging videos. Now we've selected our niche, we've set up our channel. Now it's go time. It's time for us to action out our dreams. I want to remind each and every single one of you guys that this is not a get rich scheme. This is a journey which you have to take to build a brand. It's time to remove all of the insecurity. It's time to remove all the reasons why you're not doing. That's just holding you back from being the best version of yourself. For the longest time, I've seen people in the space being so scared of taking risks and taking risks so late in their careers. But I do not want that for any of you guys. I want you guys to take risks today. So let's move into some tips to create engaging videos so you can have the community that you deserve. Step 1 is time for us to plan. Now, I am not a big planner. I really don't suggest it for many people, but I've seen that content creation takes up so much time. It needs so much strategy that it's actually one of the greatest things that you can do. Because if you don't plan to do, you plan to fail. So our plans will consist of the following. 1, your content calendar. Now for me, this does 2 things. It explains to myself, when am I shooting? When am I releasing? That is probably the biggest thing you need to know, because it helps you create structure within your content. For example, I shoot every single Tuesday, every single Wednesday, and every single Saturday. The content that I produce on those days goes out the following week without a doubt, because I have planned to create successful content for my community. Now, most of you guys are probably starting out. I want you guys to understand, building a YouTube channel is like starting with a new relationship, and that's just purely that. And you need to think to yourself, what does a relationship need? It needs time, it needs consistency, it needs communication, and it needs love. So when you're doing your content and you're planning and you're shooting, you need to incorporate each and every single one of those things. When it comes to time and consistency, you need to be straight up for your relationship. You can't call your girlfriend once every 2 weeks or once a month. You need to be seeing her at minimum at least once a week. So I always say to my students, if you're creating content, at minimum give me 1 vlog, at minimum give me 1 podcast a week. You're starting off and you're trying to build something, and as you're building, you're going to be making so many mistakes. You're going to lose footage, you're going to record without audio, you're going to record in the wrong settings, you're going to record a piece of content which just looks absolutely horrible. And if you don't keep making those mistakes, you never will learn. 2, communication. When you're in a relationship, you want to tell the person how you want to be loved, and you want to tell them how you love. So with your content consumers, with your audience, you need to explain to them, I'm going to come only once a week on a Tuesday, and that's what I can do for you. I'm going to be showing you guys fashion content because that's what I can do. And they understand, okay, cool. Thato comes through every single Tuesday. He shows me fashion content. He is a man of his word. How can I get upset? Do you get what I'm saying? If you can't produce content that week, it's up to you to be like, okay, you know what, baby, this week I'm not going to come on time, but I'm going to be there the next day because I've just got a meeting. When you bring your audience into your life and into your problems and into what's happening, they give you a little bit more leeway. But if you ghost anyone, if you ghost them, you know how it goes. When you're ghosted, you get upset, you get mad, you unsubscribe, and you click out the video because you're just there like, this person is not reliable. So be a reliable content creator in the first few months of your journey. Step 2, quality over quantity. Now there's a big misconception. People say consistency is key, and people directly relating that to the volume of your content. It's not about how much content you create. It's about having a strict routine and constantly giving people a high quality video. Now when I speak about quality, I'm not talking about giving them 4K, giving them the best sound. I'm talking about the quality of the content, the quality of the contents of the video. Like when I'm watching the video, am I entertained? Am I inspired? Am I being educated? Am I feeling anything? You need to ensure that whenever you create any piece of content, you're ticking those 3 boxes. Now, if you're like me and you're a quality in the actual literal sense of how something looks or sounds, I'd say forget about how it looks for now, but really focus on how it sounds. I've watched so many videos at a low visual quality, but if it sounds good, I will keep watching it. I always use the reference of the African magic movies back in the day. The quality of those videos weren't amazing, but the stories, the drama, the sound, everything was good enough for you to constantly come back every single week. So forget about the actual visual quality, work with what you have, use that Samsung, use that iPhone, use that Android, use that second-hand camera, but make sure that it sounds good. a quick tip from me is that I used to love recording with my phone and having a secondary phone recording audio right next to me, and I'd link it in post using my editor on my phone. Step 3, engage with your audience. You're not a superstar just yet. I mean, it's coming, but even when you get there, it's so important to understand that you are building a community around you, and the community needs engagement. Every time you get a comment in your comment section, it's up to you to reply to that comment. Whenever you get a DM or a message, reply to the DM of that message. You need to be showing YouTube that there's a lot of conversations happening around your content. You need to show Instagram and TikTok that people are commenting and you're replying, and it's a conversation, and there's a sense of community, which shows a sense of trust, which shows a sense that they will come back when you drop a video again. So please do not neglect engaging with your audience. Once you've been posting consistently and you have a small group of friends or community, it's time for you to follow these 3 steps, which will really boost your engagement. And these are steps that I used every single week, and they're so practical, and you can literally implement them right now. Number 1, like I mentioned earlier, it's important to respond to each and every single one of your comments, but it's very important to respond to each comment with a question, which will then create further engagement. For example, if I get a comment saying, "Yo Thato, I love this video, you looked good in that 2-piece," I could reply and say, "Thank you so much. My friends are saying blue is better than green. What do you think?" You then get that extra engagement, which is that extra comment showcasing to YouTube that, damn, there's a conversation happening here, and that can really do wonders for you because it changed the game for me. Number 2, it's time for you to end all of your videos with a special phrase for your subscribers to comment down below. Now, this creates a sense of exclusivity and community within community. Back in the day, I always used to say halala every time I was happy in a video, and when I made it to the end, I'd say, "Yo, if you guys made it all the way here, comment down below halala, but don't tell them why, it's just for you guys." This creates exclusivity, it creates more community, and it's just another way to engage with your audience. And in future, you can actually make sure that that phrase is in line with your brand, because I actually released merch about 4 years ago, and it was called halala, and I got a couple of sales helping me productize and monetize even better. We'll speak about that way later in the course. Number 3, it's time for you to speak to your audience members within your video content. So what you want to do is that you want to go to your previous video, you want to look at your engagement, look at your comments, and see which comment got a minimum of 2 likes, because this shows a sense of agreement within your greater audience. Now, in the beginning of your video, you want to introduce yourself. "Yo, who's this? Thato Rampedi. Welcome back to a brand new one. I just want to say, yo, Mbali, I saw your comment last week. You were hitting on my t-shirt. You said it should have been like this, but I want to say I appreciate you." And that was crazy. Anyways, guys, let's get into the video. This creates the want for your audience member to want to comment down below, because it's like, "Yo, Thato said my name in this video. He spoke to me directly. What? I want to be spoken to directly. Like, why is he saying Mbali's name? It should be my name." Now, people try to create comments, not just for the sake of commenting, but they want comments that are engaging. Because when I create comments that showcase that, "Yo, Thato, when I say something, people respond and like and comment." So give it a try. Those are 3 things I did in the beginning of my career, guys. I want to further explain to you guys, everything I'm saying to you guys is going to be extremely practical and it's going to work for you in your career right now. A lot of the advice on YouTube is based on people with hundreds and thousands of subscribers, and their strategies work for them then. But it's very important to implement strategies that will work for you now.